Okay, so I'm gonna be honest here. I don't really remember much of my embarrassing moments, because I I guess I find it so embarrassing or nerve-wracking for me that I just sort of bury it within the recess of my mind to that point that I just forget about it. But then after seeing that TED Talk link of the Mastermind Procrastinator, it did remind me of one particular event that I found funny. I mean, embarrassing for me, at least for me. Um, so this happened back when I was in Milford Mill Academy, my old high school. I was in senior year. I was taking English AP, and in the beginning, my teacher explained that in for every few months we have to read like a book from a list she would give us, and then we would have to write a small paper about it. So we would have like the cover page. The next page would be like the context page. Basically, it means like what are the other pages going to follow. Like page two is going to be the summary. Page three is going to be the new words that you learned and their meaning, etc., etc. So then so then some time passed, like 2 3 months or so, and and then just 2 days before the assignment was due, my teacher reminded us about it, and this was more or less my reaction. Just so you know, this happened in my head, in my mind, outward. I was more like deer con headlights moment, you know. And I was like, oh shoot. So then, like the next day, during lunchtime, where my English AP teacher was in charge of lunch, so like she was making sure like none of the students were misbehaving and stuff. So I asked her if she could extend it, and basically she said no. So my panic meter went from a 10 to like 1,000 because it was due like the next day, and I hadn't even started it. And I didn't even knew which book to read. So, so I went home. I I took a shower. I ate a little bit, and then I just started cramming. So yeah, it was kind of like this. Um, but thankfully, one of the books I saw on the list was actually a book called Jane Eyre of Wuthering Heights. He's it was a book I read summer prior, but that's the story for another day time. And but I didn't have the actual book, so I had to look up on the internet for an ebook, free ebook version of it. It took me an hour to find it. So like basically, basically it took me from 4 p.m. up until like 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. just to finish the whole thing. Because I had to reread the book because I didn't remember what events occurred, and I had to search for the book meanings of the words that were new to me and their meaning. Um, but thankfully, but when I turned it in, and then I got it back, eventually got it back, I got a C. Still succeeded. But hey, okay, yeah, I know a C is nothing to be impressed about, but hey, when it comes to choosing a grade, if I had to choose between a zero and a C, I'd pick a C any day of the week. So now you're wondering what my moral is. First off, the moral of the story is that when you have an important assignment to do, make sure that you have reminders and plastered in your room or somewhere in your house to remind you of it. But I guess in another way, there's another lesson here, like remembering, like it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's an important assignment or is it a happy moment or even an embarrassing moment. You should always remember them. Not all of it, but like at least some of it, because in a way, remembering these things helps shape you for who you are, and you live, you learn. Remembering stuff is what helps build character, and helps makes us make better decisions. So yeah, that's pretty much my lesson here. I know it's I'm over the limit here, but this is probably my limit. This is basically my lesson to all of you, and I hope you all take it to heart and remember to always remember. Thank you.